it was very nostalgic for me to even talk Hindi.
Oh,
Because
wow.
I had left it a while ago.
Yeah.
And I was very nervous on the first 2 days. I did a lot of bad acting on the first day.
What? No way.
Then we
The knowledge you guys had about so many things, and I was like, I don't have no idea how to meaningfully contribute to this conversation, so I'll keep my mouth shut and I'll just listen and absorb what's going on.
I just said that, why don't you just try this song? I think it'll go brilliantly with the promo. And he said, okay, and it did. It was literally like made for our film. And then Bhushanji went and spoke to Amir sir. I didn't speak to him. I didn't have the guts to speak to him that I want your iconic song.
I had a wings clip moment.
When?
Mine was, it was very profound one. It was one that nothing could have stopped. My first film released and the world shut down. Because of
Oh,
the pandemic.
yes.
Definitely there is a hierarchy difference. Gender, there is there, as both of
Even
them
now,
said.
you think?
It is a male-dominated industry, right? It is. But I think we are breaking the glass ceiling. We are out there. We're doing some fantastic work. I think women today are getting a better deal in films, better roles than what it was a few years ago.
When you make a film of that scale, an action masala film on top of that, the reviews are never going to be of critical acclaim. You know, the main reviews will always come from the audience, whether they're liking it, not liking it.
Have you ever cracked a Rajnikant joke in front of him?
No, we don't crack though. We crack on the Hindi industry.
Hello everyone. Welcome to News 18.
Thank you.
How are you?
Good.
Very good.
Very good.
So far, so good.
No, but it's an absolute pleasure to have all of you with us, and I'm looking forward to this chat. So, you all are the women of Shrikant, the film. Would it be right to say that you are actually the wind beneath Shrikant's wings?
Definitely, I think women are always the wind beneath all the wings, I think. Whether it's home, whether it's work,
Well said.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I think that was summarized very well. Yeah, I definitely think so. I definitely think that we
Other wind.
We are yin and yang, so we complement
Yeah.
each other, and we are equally important as
Absolutely,
the
of course.
other side.
Absolutely. Ma'am, to start off, I was telling her, I was speaking to Tushar sir, your director, some time back. And he said that, I was so hell-bent on casting Jyotika for this role. But, when I called her actually that, this is the thing, this is what I want you to do, she was like, okay, let me think about it. And then I think it was a day later when you called him up again and said that, listen, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So what was why that reservation initially?
No, firstly, it was a shocker. It was a coming back to Hindi after 27 long years. And if Tushar just walked into home one day and he's like, this is a film, it's with RajKummar Rao, and please hear the script. It's a biopic of a South person. And so it took me a while to first know, okay, is this my start? Is it a restart in Hindi again? And is this right? Is this all working out? Or
Yeah.
it just came home. So that maybe I took a day for that to know, is this like the right start? But definitely when I thought over it for that 124 hours, I realized this is one of the finest scripts I've heard in a while, for multiple reasons. One being it's a biopic of a very inspiring individual. Second
Sure.
thing, I felt the role was great. It was a very dynamic woman who's silent yet very strong. And I think that's what all our, all women are back at home. Our moms are, any woman. There's a lot of, there's a lot of power in them. There's a lot of adjustment, multitasking, so many facets of
Yes.
women. And I think it's all a lot through silence. They convey a lot through silence. So I feel that the teacher character that I'm playing was extremely strong, and yet, she was there. She was, as you said, the wind beneath the wings.
Yes.
In her own way.
But were you nervous about, making your return after 27 long
Of
years?
course, I'd be lying if I'd say no. It was very nostalgic for me to even talk Hindi.
Oh,
because I had
wow.
left it a while ago.
Yeah.
And I was very nervous on the first 2 days. I did a lot of bad acting on the first day.
What? No way.
Then we
No.
So it was
Bad
I was like pinching myself that I'm back and how. And I was also very emotional because whatever it is, I had a connect to the South in the film. And I
Yes.
loved South. I respect it, and I felt, okay, what a way to start than a biopic of a person from South, and I'm playing also a South Indian person. And
Lovely.
So I felt it was the most beautiful blend for me to begin with.
Sure, of course. Alaya, you know, I remember chatting with you. This was, I think you were just about to start the shoot for Shrikant. At that time, Shri.
Correct.
And you told me that, you know, I had gone for this dinner, and there was, of course, Raj, there was Jyotika ma'am. And while I wanted to talk to Jyotika ma'am, I couldn't because I was nervous. And I just kept, you know, looking at her and listening to her talk. This is what you had told me.
I was because everyone there was talking about such interesting topics, and everyone was talking about like all these, like they were so knowledgeable about what they were saying, and I was like, I want to say something, and I talk a lot normally, but I was like, I'm feeling stumped. I was like, I don't know how to contribute to this.
Are you calling all of us old?
No, I'm talking about how much.
Experience.
No, not only that, like how with
Yeah.
the knowledge you guys had about so many things, and I was like, I don't have no idea how to meaningfully contribute to this conversation, so I'll keep my mouth shut and I'll just listen and absorb what's going on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Were you intimidated by her at any point?
No.
I'm intimidated by, actually, honestly, I'm intimidated by most people when I meet them first, but how do I compensate for it? I act over
Confident.
enthusiastic and overconfident, and I trick myself into feeling really confident.
Yeah.
You do a good job.
Yeah. I have deep social anxiety, and I have to like hide it behind a
You
mask. of
conceal
being
it very
bud,
well.
bud, bud.
You conceal it
Yeah.
very well.
If I'm talking extra, it means I'm nervous or very excited.
Okay. You know, of course, we have to talk about Papa Kehte and the role that you had to play, of course, for the song to be a part of this film. I think it was such a lovely moment to have, you know, Aamir Khan actually unveil the song recently. Can you tell me a little bit about the conversation that you had with him? Has he watched the film, the trailer? What's the feedback that he has given?
No, Amir sir has not watched the film yet, but the thought came firstly because Tushar, when he made the promo, he was like, you know, I've lined it up, it's looking beautiful, I just need a song to bring it together. And there was a space in the film for a song also. We were struggling with that, and I don't know why. I think I had been meeting Amir sir in those days, and that song had been on my mind, and it was just so, it fit so well in our film because it was a father's dream to see his son achieve something. And I thought, I just said that, why don't you just try this song? I think it'll go brilliantly with the promo. And he said, okay, and it did. It was literally like made for our film. And then Bhushanji went and spoke to Amir sir. I didn't speak to him. I didn't have the guts to speak to him that I want your iconic song. So Bhushanji went and spoke to him. He showed him the promo. Amir sir loved the promo, and he said yes in like the blink of an eye. And he said that I love it and I'm going to promote it. And he texted Tushar right away saying that I'll launch the promo. I've loved it and my blessings are with you, which is what we needed. So yeah, that's how it happened. I think it was in our destiny.
Did you speak to him on the day he unveiled it?
Yes, of course. I told him also that I will not repeat now, but I told him why that thought came to me of Papa Kehte Hain, and one conversation that he had inspired me about something in Amir sir recently before we had this conversation, and that's how Papa Kehte Hain was actually because of my interaction with him that it stayed in my mind and it became a part of the film. So he had a big part to play in that. I am grateful to him, and he was in my first film as an AD. He was the actor in Rang De Basanti. So I think I have some connection with Amir sir. He's always there to teach me something.
Yes, very true, very true. You know, Shrikant largely is the story of this person who is, you know, ready to take flight, but, you know, there are multiple obstacles and hurdles in his way. But of course, he's successful, like we know. And, you know, so all three of you, of course, women, but, you know, you have had your fair share of, I'm sure, trials and tribulations personally, professionally. I mean, I remember there was a lot of chatter when you had sort of taken this break after your marriage, you know, because you wanted to focus on family. Alaya, you have had the Nepo tag attached to you all the time. I'm sure, you know, we were speaking, you said that, you know, women producers weren't taken seriously back in the day. There were very few.
There were no women, on set.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me that one moment, you know, in your careers when you felt like, you know, I was ready to take flight, but maybe my wings were chipped.
I think we still have those moments. I still have those moments at least. Not Jyotika. I think Jyotika is the most accomplished out of the three of us. So she's way past that.
No, I think it's just the choices we make. We all are a product of the choices we make. And there are people who decide not to, you know, go that way. There are people who decide to say no to big films and choose their kind of roles. There are people who are very happy doing, you know, what they choose to do. So I think it's just by choice. There is no kind of a tagline attached that, you know, that the wings were chipped or anything. It's all by choice. Definitely today it's by choice.
I had a wings clip moment.
When?
Mine was, it was very profound one. It was one that nothing could have stopped. My first film released and the world shut down because of
Oh,
the
yes.
pandemic. So right after my debut film, which worked out really well for me, great reviews, lots of people coming with wonderful projects, and the world stopped.
Yeah.
There was a 3-year gap between my first film and my second film, not by choice, but because there was no. I was so ready to, take on everything, and everything stopped. But such is life. Life is such.
Yeah, yeah.
So what you
Yeah, I think what Jyotika said is right, that actually it's a choice. So I don't think that I choose not to let anybody clip my wings. But yes, there are attempts every now and then which
Even
one has
now.
to. Yeah, even now, and as recent as making this film, I will not name who, but somebody. I had a meeting. It was a production meeting with another team in the film, which is only interacting with me, the production, the producer and the production team, and not the director. And we entered the meeting. He said, "Where's Tushar?" I said, "Why should Tushar be here in this meeting?" He said, "Because he's the producer, right?" I said, "No, he's the director." He's like, "But aap to naam ki producer hai na?"
Arey?
Oh, wow.
Oh my
I
God.
was just like, I was like, okay, great. Now you can just leave because I won't be working with you since मैं सिर्फ नाम की producer हूँ. But I'm just saying that the undermining happens on the daily. But one gets used to it. You just have to put your blinders on and keep working.
Yeah. Actually, on most sets that I've been on, there's a very clear difference between how the men and the women on the sets are treated very much. So on this set and I can also, there are sets that I've also been on where that's not happened. Especially on this set, everything was. I think it really helped that Nidhi was a producer on the project, because she always made sure that no matter what, there was no odd, casual, unknowing. Sometimes there's a lot of unknowing sexism also, where people don't intend to, do it, but it's just the way it's always been done. So I think all those things, especially if there's a woman producer, attached to, I think all those things are really handled a lot more sensitively.
I paid her to say all of this.
So extra cash there.
Yeah, my next installment.
No, but have you faced this kind of casual sexism ever on a set? Not now,
Not.
maybe initially.
No, not really. I haven't faced it at all. But definitely there is a hierarchy difference. Gender, there is there, as both of
Even
them
now,
said.
you think?
It is a male-dominated industry, right? It is. But I think we are breaking the glass ceiling. We are out there. We're doing some fantastic work. I think women today are getting a better deal in films, better roles than what it was a few years ago. Of course, they had their share of great films. But I think largely the percentage has increased. And young, older, 40 plus, 50 plus, everyone's doing great work today.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the women. Of course, the men are ageless. The women are the ones. So I think there is a massive growth today. But yeah, definitely the hierarchy remains, because I think largely the film goers are men in the small towns. And so I think the men are like, the market is seen, all that is there. But definitely the ceiling is breaking.
Absolutely. Yeah, here's to better times ahead.
Yeah.
While you were not doing Hindi films for, let's say, more than 2 decades.
Yeah.
And you were busy, I'm sure, down south, dabbling in so many industries, in so many films. Did you continue to receive offers from Hindi cinema?
No, not even one. I drifted away 27 years ago, and it's been South, and all of South since then. And the first film definitely didn't run, everyone knows, in Hindi. So I think it's formula based, right? Your first film has to run for you to get all those. And when I entered,
Doli saja ke rakhna.
right?
Yeah.
And when I entered back then, there was a bandwagon of girls that time. So everyone was big production houses. Even mine was. But then it's fate. It didn't run, and luckily I had signed a South film. I diverted. And I'd like to bring this to the notice that also didn't run, the first film I did there. But I got a lot of films based on what we performed. So that stark difference definitely was there.
Yeah.
And then the journey just continued. And then I also feel people thought here that I was a South Indian.
Oh, yes.
And they thought I don't know how to speak
That you
Hindi.
don't want to do Hindi films is what even we thought.
Yeah, many people. So it was just a journey. But I'm grateful. I did some fabulous work there.
Yeah.
Some really
when
fabulous
Tushar said
work.
that I want to approach Jyotika for Devika's role, I was like, what's wrong with you? She doesn't do Hindi films, and why will she do ours? Like, you and I are just starting out. There's no chance. I thought it's a lost cause. I don't know how he translated. It's all thanks to him that Jyotika graced us with the film. And when I met her, my first question was the same. I said, I thought you don't do Hindi films. She's like, no, I never said that. People just assumed that, and nobody approached me.
There never, not a single Hindi film in so many years. Like, not even that I heard it and said no. I think it was just all the way
That's
south.
pretty shocking, right?
Yeah.
You know, I once remember somebody had an argument with me and said that no, she's South Indian. You don't know. She has a H in her name.
But I
This
am
is
South
Jyoti.
Indian. Right now I am.
Right,
Definitely.
right.
I'm more at heart also.
Okay. I also, since you're talking about this, that, you know, approaching her, you know, Tushar sir also told me that Surya sir, I think, had read the script.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he
and
did.
he said, you know, he told her apparently that you cannot miss out on a film like this. Has he watched the film, the trailer?
No, not yet.
Okay.
We've still not, like, all of us sat and watched the final version. Of course, we've seen it in
Yeah.
bits, but he hasn't. But he read the script through. And both of us are fans of good cinema. That's been our goal last couple of years. We've only picked on films we've liked, we've believed in. And so there was no reason not to say a no to this. This was, like, extremely special.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful you feel
No,
that
no,
way.
please.
But are you
So
like
inspiring.
harsh critiques of each other's work also? Can you be?
Not harsh exactly. We know.
Honest, let's say.
Yeah,
We are-
yeah, of course we are
yeah.
honest. We're husband wife. We're extremely honest.
Some
we're
people,
extremely
some
honest.
people
about-
actually sugarcoat it. Yeah.
Really, no, I don't think back at home.
Okay.
So no, we're very honest with how we see each other's work, and of course the choices are our own. He makes his choices, I make my choices. But then, yeah, it's an opinion, right? You like
Yeah.
a film or you don't like it.
We hope to see you collaborating on screen soon.
We're waiting for the right script.
Great. Alaya, you know, like I was saying, your last release was literally just now.
Now, yeah.
It was Bade Miyan Chote Miyan. How did you like react to the mixed reactions the film received, the box office performance, which many felt were underwhelming?
So, I am slightly selfish as an actor, in the sense that मुझे अपनी पड़ी है. Okay, how have I performed? How have, you know, even when I look at reviews,
Yeah.
how do I read the reviews? I scan, spot my name. What have they said about me? Okay, done. Next review. You know, I don't even end up looking at what they've said
Yeah.
about the film. Of course, you hear about it, you get the general feel of what everyone's thinking about it. But I think I would go absolutely mad as an actor if I tried to also put my head and feet in every other aspect of what goes into making a film.
Yeah.
My job is to act, my job is to come to set prepared, come to set on time, act with my heart, and go home when they tell me to, come back the next day when they expect me to.
And then read the reviews with my name.
And then read the reviews with my name on it, promote the film nicely, and, you know, do all the other commitments. That's my job as an actor. More than that, if something is asked of me, I'm more than happy to, you know, lend an opinion or lend whatever. Other than that, every film has its journey, every film has its fate. Does it bother me? It does not bother me, because I still feel like I got a lot from the film. I still reached a new audience that perhaps did not know of me or know me as well before. And that's that. And so when you make a film of that scale, an action masala film on top of that, the reviews are never going to be of critical acclaim. You know, the main reviews will always come from the audience, whether they're liking it, not liking it. That was a mixed response. Now that was that. How can you tell the audience what they should go
Yeah.
and watch and what they shouldn't?
But did you like the reviews that were written about you? I think you were very nice in the film.
So here's the thing. My
She
character
was
was
fun in the
reviewed
film.
one of two ways. Either people thought she was the most irritating character to ever grace an action film, or they thought that she was the most endearing character
Yeah.
to... so it was... Because see, it's a very specific character.
Yeah.
Very specific character. And I was told to do it, and I chose also to do it very specifically in this certain way.
Right.
Not everyone's cup of tea, but well aware of the fact that it might not be everyone's cup of tea. Also, so many things on edit land up looking differently. Now, there are so many things out of your control. I gave my heart, and I did what I thought was best, and then on to the next.
I think it's better to be polarizing than middling anyway.
Yeah. In fact,
Yeah.
you know, I at one point before the film's release, I had this moment where I was like, oh my god, what if people absolutely hate this character? Because you can't miss this character. You can't miss it. You can't be like, what was Alaya playing? You know what Alaya was playing. The characters, you know, she was out there. It's out there. So I was like, what if people hate it? Like, what if it's like just the worst thing anyone's ever seen? Because it's very over the top.
Yeah.
And then I was like, chalo, visibility through that. Let people send me some hate. Let people get a little angry at something. So that also works. Chalega.
Absolutely. No. But good luck to all of
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Shrikant. And I am really looking forward to this film. Really, it looks
Thank
really
you.
nice. But before we let you go, we'll do a very quick segment. We are going to wrap it up in a minute. Okay, so you will have to be quick, all of you. And I'm going to throw questions. So this is since the first time all of you are coming together. This is a question about all your firsts.
Okay.
Okay? All right. The first time you were ever starstruck with a co-star or anybody on set?
I met Saif sir and Tabu ma'am on my first film. It was
Of course.
naturally very intimidating.
I think I've always been starstruck. Everyone was a star when I worked with Mr. Kamal Hassan and Rajnikant in my first
Of
few films. So
course.
I mean, whenever you meet an actor, you've grown up seeing their films. You're starstruck.
Have you ever cracked a Rajnikant joke in front of him?
No, we don't crack though. We crack on the Hindi industry.
Okay.
Just see that in your next interview. You crack a joke with him next time. You interview him.
I am very scared of him. No.
I actually have never had a starstruck moment till it was some screening, I don't remember, and I was sitting and I got up and I saw next to me Hrithik Roshan standing next to me and looked at him and I just froze. I just froze. And Tushar was like, Nidhi, move. I'm like, I can't. So I think that was a very big one.
Okay. Lovely. Okay. Your first paycheck.
Yeah, mine was for a movie. It was for my first film.
So
Mine was babysitting.
Wow.
My first paycheck was in New York. I was babysitting. What, like a couple of dollars an hour? So I can't remember.
Okay,
I can't remember exactly what it was. I think that was my first paycheck, unless there was like some other smaller thing that I did that.
that would have been a good paycheck. Babysitting pays well in US.
Yeah, but I mean for the amount of time you put in, not as well.
Okay.
I got 1,500 rupees for my first stint as a production assistant in one ad film, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to reveal the figure? No?
The figure for my fine, I've hardly paid anything. I'm not revealing, but it was
more
the
than
first.
1,500. Ju.
Yeah. All right. Okay. The first time you realized that you were famous.
I'm not, so I can't answer this question. It's for you ladies.
When you see yourself on those back then, on a magazine cover or, then your face on the cover, I think that's
Yeah.
when you realize, okay, now.
Oh.
I'm saying back then, those days when
Yeah,
social
yeah.
media wasn't such a big thing.
Right.
I mean, there are days where I'll go out of the home and multiple people will come up to me, and there are days where no one even gives me a second look. So mine is constantly changing. I'm like, yeah, I'm killing it these days, and then the next day I'm absolutely not killing it. So I don't know. I don't think I've had that moment yet, but I have had it in bits.
Okay.
Where suddenly I feel great about it, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm really doing something right. So many people have come up to me today. The next day it's all gone. So
Okay.
I wake up the most famous in my house every day.
Oh. Okay, the very last one. Your first ever friend in the film industry.
I think mine is my husband.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's the first guy I met. I did my first film with him. We met first and we were friends for a long time. And it's still lasting, so he's my...
Beautiful,
Yeah,
That's
my first
amazing.
ever friend, yeah.
Lovely.
mine is probably the producer of my first film, Jawani Janeman, Jayu sir.
Jay sir.
Jayu sir was my first proper friend, confidant, mentor, and he's till now. Any
Yeah.
decisions I have to make, anything, first call I'll ask him.
Mine were all the ADs, I think, of Rang De Basanti. We still are as close as a family,
Oh,
so that was
lovely.
a bond that's lasted.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much to all
Thank
of
you.
you for being
Thank
such
you.
a support.
Thank you. Go watch the film in cinemas, everyone.
I will, of course. No, but seriously, good luck for the film.
Thank
It
you.
really
Thank
looks
you.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.